I really do believe that representation matters. For me, it was difficult to imagine myself in this role when there had never been a woman in this role before. I am the first woman to be undersheriff in Alameda County. And the undersheriff before me was an amazing person and was also sort of a mentor to me. I learned a lot from him. But not being able to see someone in this role made it difficult to imagine myself being here. I knew I could do more, I just didn't know what that was. I think for other little Black and brown girls to see me in this position is impactful and is really important. I think for women in policing to see me in this role, that they can maybe not always have balance, but that they can do all the things. I have 2 wonderful daughters, an amazing husband, and a fantastic career. I don't give 110% to all of them all at the same time. There's got to be a little bit of give and take. Women come into this field and then they get conflicted by trying to raise a family and also being a part of a profession that's very demanding and is very male dominated. And I and the sheriff work really hard to mentor women, to make sure women understand that they have a place here. We just need someone there to make sure that we know that we belong. It has been very important for me to show up as my authentic self. As a young deputy, that was difficult. There was this sort of thought that I had to assimilate or do it like the guys did. And I realized early on that that didn't work for me. People recognize when you're not being who you say you are, you're not being genuine. Whether they are suspects or community members, they see that, they feel it, and I need to show up and be my full self. When I was a captain and I was running our jail, which is one of the largest jails in the state of California, I had an employee who worked for me who was a Black woman. She said to me, "I've never worn my hair natural, and I see you wear your hair natural, and I see you, just show up the way that you are, and I want to get my hair braided." And I said, "So why don't you get your hair braided?" And she said, "I've never felt comfortable." And I said, "Well, I'm telling you right now, as your boss, you should feel comfortable. You should show up to this place just like you want to show up and be your most authentic self." She got her hair braided, and she wore her hair braided a lot after that. That sticks with me and probably will stick with me for the rest of my career, because for someone not to feel comfortable enough to show up in an agency where we tell, this is a family, we want you to be happy here, we want you to stick around, but you don't feel comfortable to show up with your hair in its natural state is unbelievable. And I felt so proud in that moment when she showed up with her hair braided, when she knew she could sort of take off that mask that she was wearing. That was a highlight of my career. Again, me sitting in this seat and wearing this uniform and showing up as my true authentic self is the best service that I can give anybody.